here with the Old Cambridge Baptist Church, whose day it is at the world's largest wallet, and we're lucky to have with us
the Reverend Irv Cummings,
pastor of the church. And as you can see, I'm wearing my hat today because it's even colder than yesterday with the wind chill. It's got to be 25 maybe.
At least.
Yeah. Well, this is certainly a show of dedication and passion about what they do at the Old Cambridge Baptist Church. And Reverend Pastor, how would you characterize the Old Cambridge Baptist Church in a couple sentences?
Well,
what's the quick way of saying it?
I think what's really remarkable about the church is the way it lives into its own values of taking the gospel to the concerns of the world and being really dedicated to issues of justice and peace, not just locally, but in many ways throughout the world. I have a sheet here that details the organizations and causes we support, and they range from local organizations to Church World Service, which does relief work everywhere in the world.
Really? Okay. Now, is this on your website as well? Is it detailed?
Some of it is on our website. I'm not sure that all is.
But there's a way to contact you via the website.
Absolutely.
If people want to find out more about your church, how they can get involved, how they can contribute.
The URL is on the website, and my email is on the website.
Great, so they can get a hold of you directly. That's quick action. So you want to tell us some of the local efforts and some of the local?
Well, let me grab the sheet.
Yeah. Wow, that is quite a lot of stuff you guys have going on. Look at that. This is a pretty active church. This is a church that's very involved with their community. And what is some of your favorite things that you...
Oh, my favorite. I can't say favorite. It wouldn't be fair.
That's true. It's like asking somebody to choose from their children, right? That's a totally unfair question. I apologize.
Yeah. I can tell you we give monthly to Project Manna, which is a sponsored by a sister American Baptist Church, Massachusetts Avenue Baptist Church. Host this food pantry and feeding program.
Oh, great.
Two meals a week.
Wow.
And you can also go there and get food.
Right.
Food.
And you've been supporting that program for a while,
a long time.
Right? Yeah. Right.
A long time. Homeless Empowerment Project, Spirit Change newspaper, of course, lives in our building.
Right. And we're all familiar with the work they do here locally, and Spirit Change is a newspaper that helps a lot of homeless people. Then they sell the papers on the streets of Boston and Cambridge, and that's how they make their living. It helps them to get them off the streets.
Right. Native American AIDS prevention. It's one of the very few Native American AIDS programs in the country.
Aha, that is very unique.
It is. We have a member who is Native American and who has brought this to our attention, and so we've supported that.
Wow,
for 2 years now.
That's excellent. Oh, for the second year now.
Yeah.
Right.
Another thing we do, I'm just looking here, speaking of international work, is the Marigold Fund, which is a fund put together by the son of one of our members who has responded to the war in Afghanistan by himself going there and doing development work among the Afghani people.
Wow.
And
would you characterize him as one of your missionaries, or not really?
Not in a religious sense, no.
No, okay.
But he has gone and built schools, basically gone into communities and found out what the needs are, and helped to find them ways of meeting those needs, including bringing them to the attention of people here in the United States so that they can receive the funding they need to buy concrete and mortar.
Wow.
Yeah.
literal basic building blocks over there. And how
exactly.
long has that programming been?
That's been going for a while. I'm guessing, I don't know exactly, but I'm guessing around 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
This is impressive, the breadth of your programs and the length of them.
Yeah.
Now we have a wonderful poster here in our Clear ID pocket, which is humongous. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about that. We can focus,
Sure.
find out more about some of the pictures here and what they mean.
Well, there's a saying among Baptists that in order to be a Baptist, you have to know how to cook potluck. Anyway,
That's
you can
great.
see that we have a potluck meal going on. We have wonderful community building events among our own
Right.
people.
Yeah, look at that second picture there. That shows the beautiful Massachusetts Avenue
Right.
side of the
Well,
church.
we've just done.
Just gorgeous.
Yeah, we've redone that in the last several years, and a couple years ago we had a rededication ceremony with the mayor and Charlie Sullivan, the historical commission people,
Yep.
and so forth. So that's what that is. And then over here,
And there's
on
you?
the right, there's me. There's that funny preacher-looking guy. Our church.
Looking very much a pastor, which is hard to tell now because again it's 25 degrees
Yeah.
here
Pretty cold.
with the wind chill.
We were the first religious organization to sign the Religious Coalition for the Freedom to Marry, and which eventually came to include over 3,000 clergy and churches, including all of the bishops of the Diocese of Massachusetts.
And you started this.
I didn't. No, we didn't. I was on the board from the beginning.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
we know
so
what
I
a big,
suppose
what
you
a
could
big
say-
nationwide issue this is
Yeah,
now. Worldwide issue.
I had something to do with it.
Yeah, that's
I won't
great.
take credit for starting it. So yeah, it's been a big thing, and I don't think we'd have marriage equality in Massachusetts if it had not been for the religious people that were concerned.
Heavily involved in that.
Yeah.
And here's a wonderful picture, a couple pictures of the famous windows
Yes.
that we all. I've heard rumors about these windows, but maybe you can.
Well, that particular window is a Tiffany window, an original Tiffany window.
Wow.
And we had it refurbished with help from the ballet, Jose Mateo Ballet Theater, and their grant writing abilities.
Right.
We were able to get this window refurbished, and it's priceless. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
What a striking
it
piece
is.
of architecture.
It was one of the first Tiffany windows in a religious context.
Really?
So yeah.
Well, this is, everyone in Cambridge knows this, but for everyone else out there who happens to be watching this video and forwarding this video onward, Old Cambridge Baptist Church is one of the most beautiful churches around here.
Thank
and
you.
This window, and they keep it that way. I mean, if anybody who's walked on the Mass Avenue side or the Harvard Street side is struck by how stunning it is. I vouch to say that it has more photographers, more tourists coming through with cameras than any other church in Harvard Square. And now we know that they're also doing quite a lot of good works, as we've seen. What else can you add?
Well,
Pastor
I'll say
Cummings?
that the landscaping outside is largely the result of one of the folks in the who is director of the ballet, and also one of our folks who have volunteered enormous amounts of time to keep that landscaping up, and people come in to the church just because of the flowers.
Yeah.
They really do.
Well, there's obviously people inside and outside the church that are inspired by your church.
Thank you.
And I think anyone who sees you today here will certainly be inspired by your example. And at least 25 or less wind chill conditions here in Harvard Square, getting the word out about the Old Cambridge Baptist Church. And
we have lots of free trail mix.
Free trail mix as well.
So come and get your packet of trail mix. We invite you to.
And it gives you a chance to talk to Pastor Cummings and all the other members that will be taking shifts for the next 2 days.
Exactly.
And you get to find out more about the church, how you can get involved on many different levels, contribute fiscally to the church or with your volunteer hours.
We have our pocket here.
And you've got
money.
And you have all kinds of different levels of interaction with your church as well, which everyone will be talking about.
We have a number of brochures about the church and some position papers, things that the church has been concerned about.
And the church is only 4 blocks away at 1151 Massachusetts Avenue. And what time are your sermons usually in the morning?
10:30 service on Sunday morning.
10:30 service. And do you want to tell us a little bit?
We have
give them some direction on how to get there, when to get there, what they should be ready for.
Right across from the Barker Center at Harvard.
Yeah.
And
on the Harvard Street side. Yep.
Right, and in back of the inn at Harvard, the only stone steeple in all of Cambridge, all the way up.
Yeah.
So, please do come. We love to have visitors, and we love for visitors to stay.
Great. Well, it's wonderful having you here, and thank you for taking the time to talk to us here and joining our group of 11 nonprofits and charities that are hopefully going to raise a lot of awareness and raise some funds for the organizations to continue their good works. We carefully chose these organizations because we are aware of how they work well with the community and all their good works. So we hope the greater Cambridge community and anyone who's watching this online or forwards this video and interview will be inspired enough to get involved and open up their own wallets. And let's make this not only the largest wallet in the world, but let's make it the thickest wallet in the world for these 11 organizations that are worthy of your support. And thanks again for joining us today. And this will be on the live feed for the next 2 days, so you can see what happens at the Big Red Wallet. Hopefully you'll be